We are going to be drawing a galaxy painting. You will create a unique watercolor painting that looks like a galaxy using watercolor, acrylic, and design. First, I want to show you kind of what led to this thinking. Here's an image that I want you to look at, and I am looking for a raised hand and somebody to tell me what you see. Stars, yeah. Suns, yeah. Some swirls and squiggles, right? Yeah. And there's some little tiny ones and some big ones, yeah. These are actually galaxies. Tons and tons of galaxies. And this image was created when they pointed a telescope at the sky and they recorded this part of the sky that they thought was completely black. And they got this image. And what they discovered was that there were a lot of galaxies, even in places that we couldn't really see them at first. And this is called the deep field image, and they've studied this for years, and they actually went back a few years ago and took another one and discovered and exposed it for even longer and discovered that there were even more galaxies than they had originally thought. People didn't always know what galaxies looked like. The Hubble telescope was launched in 1990 and is how we view and photograph galaxies from Earth. And I will make this available, all of these slides available to you, and you can follow this link and view these images. This is from NASA. These are images that were taken with the Hubble telescope, and some of them are quite extraordinary. Some of them have explanations, some of them are just pretty, but they're all just wonderful, and it's amazing that we have this available to us. Here are some more images of deep space. What do you notice? Yeah, they do look like they're not real, right? Like they're a dream. Looks a little dusty. Has more colors than you might expect, right? It's kind of beautiful to look at. Well, these are galaxy paintings right here. They're done with watercolor and acrylic paint. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint several layers of watercolor. We're going to have to mix our own colors because we have the paint palettes that only have like 8 or 9 colors in them. I'll probably pull the white out because I don't want you to use the white at all. Because we're going to use acrylic for the stars. And we're going to mix our colors and we're going to do layers. We're going to do a layer at a time and let it dry in between layers. And then at the very end, when your watercolor painting is dry, I bought some grout brushes, so they have like stiffer bristles on them. I think in the video I watched she used toothbrushes, but the ones I found, all they did was foam, like they didn't spatter paint. So I bought some grout brushes, and we're going to use those and some acrylic to put the stars on your paintings when we're done with the watercolor. And this is the video that I watched to get the idea about how to do this. And we're going to do all 4 of these paintings. You're welcome to watch this video on your own, or if you miss a day of class. And it goes kind of fast, which is why I was thinking it would be good to demo these things for you. So you need to make sure that you get your watercolor paper ready. I had a student tape this down for me. You'll want to leave you'll want to make sure that you leave a good amount of watercolor paper exposed. Don't cover it completely in tape. But you're going to tape it down so that after we paint, it'll dry in a way that it doesn't wrinkle too badly. So I have my paint and my water and my paper towels and my watercolor brush. These are new watercolor brushes, and you'll notice they're good and big, which is nice for doing these kinds of paintings. So start by putting a little bit of water in the blue and in the black. And I am going to mix my color in my lid. And you can kind of see that I have done this color before with the other class, but I will show you how I did this. I had mostly blue. And you guys probably have more blue in yours than I have in mine because I replaced quite a bit of the blue in your trays. You can kind of pop those paint pots out and put new ones in. So you're going to do a lot of blue and then a little bit of black. So you make this nice dark, almost navy color. And you'll start at one end of your painting. And it's almost like a wash for this first layer. And then you'll add a little more water to your paint to make it lighter, because you want it to be noticeably lighter at the bottom. So it's darker here, and then it gets lighter towards the bottom. And I have to mix more paint because I didn't have enough. So go ahead and start on that and mix your colors, and then I'm going to work on mine a minute, and then I will come and check on you guys. So that's what the first layer is going to look like. And I'm going to come around and look at you guys. And it doesn't have to be totally even and perfect. We're going to add more layers in a minute. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Yeah. Yeah, I would add more blue. Yeah, make sure you try to get it a little darker in some of these areas. Good. Good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You guys know what you're doing. That's fantastic. Yeah, definitely add some more black, like just a little, not a lot, but enough that it makes it a little darker. Because you want it to be more blue than black, right? And violet's good too. But definitely make it like darker, like the night sky, right? Okay, I will know that you are ready to move on when you're sitting in your seat and your eyes are looking up here at me. Okay. So, I am then going to add another layer of dark up in here. And instead of just doing a wash, I'm going to kind of dab it so that it's on there good and thick. And I would like you to do the same thing for this. We're going to go even darker with the next layer, so don't stress if this isn't like perfect. It just needs to dry a bit more before. And we're going to watch a video while we let this dry. So let's do that. And I'm going to turn out the lights so you have to pay attention. And I'm going to do that, so you should hurry. Make sure you're where you need to be because it's going to be dark and you're not going to be able to work on it. Okay. Lights are going off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Imagine waking up one morning in a room you've never seen before. If someone asked, you'd probably have a pretty tough time trying to describe the shape of the building you were in,